signs and symptoms of intestinal cancer that can save your life. Welcome to another video from the Natural Cures channel. Today, we will address an extremely important topic. Did you know that intestinal cancer is one of the most common types of cancer worldwide? Unfortunately, this disease is affecting more and more people, and many of them only discover it too late when treatment is already more difficult. Therefore, it is crucial to be aware of the signs and symptoms of intestinal cancer and know how to identify them. In this article, we will present everything you need to know about this disease, from risk factors, signs and symptoms, to available treatment options. Stay informed with the most important information and learn how to prevent intestinal cancer, because your health is your most valuable asset. Understanding intestinal cancer. Before we delve into the details about the signs and symptoms of intestinal cancer, it is important to understand the significance of discussing this topic. Unfortunately, this disease is affecting an increasing number of people around the world, being responsible for about 700,000 deaths per year. In Brazil, intestinal cancer is the second most common type among women and the third among men. According to the National Cancer Institute, INCA, about 41,000 new cases of the disease are expected in the country. These statistics highlight the urgency of discussing and raising awareness about the prevention and early diagnosis of intestinal cancer. Therefore, in this article, we will address the main signs and symptoms of the disease to identify possible warning signs. After all, early detection can save lives. Risk factors. Some risk factors can increase the chances of a person developing intestinal cancer. These include age. People over 50 are more likely to develop the disease. Family history. Having family members with intestinal cancer can increase the risk. Inflammatory bowel diseases. Conditions such as Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Unhealthy lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle, obesity, and excessive consumption of alcohol and tobacco. Additionally, diet can play an important role in the development of intestinal cancer. A diet high in processed foods, saturated fats, and red meats can increase the risk of the disease. On the other hand, a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, legumes, and fiber can help prevent intestinal cancer. It is important to note that while these risk factors can increase the chances of a person developing intestinal cancer, not everyone with these characteristics will develop the disease. Therefore, prevention and early diagnosis remain the best ways to combat intestinal cancer. Signs and symptoms. You might be wondering, what are the signs and symptoms of intestinal cancer? Symptoms can vary from person to person, but there are some warning signs that should be observed. These include change in bowel habits. Changes in bowel habits, such as diarrhea or constipation, can be a sign of intestinal cancer. If you notice any changes in your bowel habits, it is important to seek medical evaluation. Blood in the stool. Blood in the stool can be a sign of lesions in the intestine, such as polyps or tumors. Blood may be seen on toilet paper, in the stool, or in the toilet bowl. Abdominal pain. Pain in the abdominal region can indicate the presence of tumors in the intestine. The pain can be constant or intermittent and may worsen after eating. Unexplained weight loss. Unexplained weight loss can be a sign of intestinal cancer. This can occur due to a decrease in appetite or the body's difficulty in absorbing nutrients. Fatigue and weakness. Constant tiredness, lack of energy, and weakness can be symptoms of intestinal cancer, especially in more advanced stages of the disease. Anemia. Anemia is a condition in which there is a decrease in red blood cells in the blood. This can be a sign of bleeding in the gastrointestinal tract, as occurs in some cases of intestinal cancer. Abdominal bloating. A persistent feeling of bloating or abdominal discomfort can be a sign of intestinal cancer. Nausea and vomiting. Nausea and vomiting can be a symptom of intestinal cancer in more advanced stages of the disease. It is important to pay attention to any changes in the intestinal tract and to see a doctor if symptoms persist for more than 2 weeks. Early diagnosis is essential for the success of treatment, so it is crucial not to ignore the warning signs. Prevention and diagnosis. Prevention and early diagnosis are essential to combat intestinal cancer. The earlier the disease is detected, the greater the chances of successful treatment and cure. Therefore, it is important to adopt healthy habits, such as a balanced diet rich in fiber and low in fats and red meats. Additionally, it is important to avoid excessive alcohol consumption and not to smoke. Regular physical exercise can also help prevent intestinal cancer, in addition to contributing to a healthier and more balanced life. In addition to preventive measures, it is crucial to have routine examinations regularly. A colonoscopy, for example, is an effective way to detect the disease in its early stages when treatment is simpler and more effective. Do not ignore changes in the intestinal tract and have preventive examinations regularly. Your health is your most precious asset and deserves all the attention and care. Treatment. If intestinal cancer is diagnosed, there are several treatment options available, which vary according to the stage of the disease and the patient's overall health. Treatment options include surgery, removal of the tumor and affected parts of the intestine, radiotherapy, use of radiation to destroy cancer cells, chemotherapy, use of medications to destroy cancer cells, targeted therapies, medications that specifically target cancer cells. However, it is important to highlight that the appropriate treatment can only be prescribed by a specialist doctor. Therefore, it is crucial to seek specialized medical assistance if there is a suspicion of the disease or symptoms that may be related to intestinal cancer. Only a healthcare professional can make the correct diagnosis and indicate the most appropriate treatment for each case. Furthermore, medical follow-up is essential throughout the process to ensure the success of the treatment and the patient's recovery. Conclusion. Do not hesitate to seek specialized medical help if you have symptoms related to intestinal cancer. Taking care of your health is essential for a full and happy life. Adopt healthy habits, have regular preventive examinations, and stay alert to the warning signs of intestinal cancer. With care and prevention, we can defeat this disease.